Faye, what you said you had something for the final segment or something?
Yeah, well, before we get to our final segment, I had a question for Ronnie and actually for King, for you too. You guys both played for Tommy Tuberville, who in the modern era of Auburn football had the longest period of sustained success. As you know, DB, we talked about a little while ago. There's a lot of coaches coming in and out of Auburn recently. But after football, Tommy Tuberville has, he's made waves by making controversial and racist comments. So I want to know, as you guys, you put your blood, sweat, and tears for, the program, for yourselves. And of course, he was the head man. So when you see and hear this kind of stuff, I want to know, like, kind of what goes through your head. And also, while you were at Auburn, did you see anything that made you think, oh, this guy might be a little racist?
King, what you got?
Oh, I did. I'm not surprised. And we didn't spend a lot of time with Coach Tubb. Like the head coach, you went with Coach Yox and then your position coach. So like Coach Tubb didn't really. Obviously, he was the head coach, but we didn't. The most of our time was with other coaches. So he kind of CEO'd the thing. So we didn't really get a lot of like FaceTime or one-on-one time with Coach Tubb. But yeah, I'm not talking about like kind of the back end of my career. I went through some shit that I saw I had to deal with. So yeah, what's happening now doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Now I mean, I don't get into politics, what people do outside of that, but I think it's different when you're a head coach, right? And that's how you make your living. Yeah. And then you got comments on how people make their living, right? Like, I mean, like King said, we ain't spend a lot of time with him. Like I mean, my coach was my running back coach, and that's who I spent all my time with. Yeah. Tubbs was a person that was entertaining people and had people to come to practice. But I think there was, maybe one issue with one of the coaches, Coach Holly. I don't know if he passed it. Holly. It was like an old dude that was kind of like on his staff or something that had an issue. I don't know what the issue was, but it kind of raised some eyebrows. But, I mean, people voting and all of this, I don't really care about that. But it's like, keep that where it's supposed to be, right? Like, if it's going to be separate, but then don't try to keep it separate, then you bring it into sports, right? Like, it is what it is. And then, especially when you made a career and in a situation where it's like off of that, right? Like, you got to you got to acknowledge those relationships, and it got to make sense. Sometimes people make comments that don't make sense.
You guys have a question, answer, Faye?
I did. I know, King, we've brought this up we brought up in passing on the show before, and you've given a quick answer. So it was, it was nice to actually hear you kind of dive into it a little bit. And of course, Ronnie as well.
It is what it is. People always show their true colors eventually.
Yep.